see that and say something. We're gonna go past them on that side because they're on this
See
end.
him anymore.
They're here. They were on the other side of that bridge. Shalamihala, says Eric Fine. What's up, DJ Mix? Andy Wasowitz. You guys get pretty much an idea where we're going, right? Well, I'm just doing my duty and my community service to my community, my local community, right? By saving them any road pirate tickets, right? So I'm giving out road pirate coupons today, right? This is handing out road pirate coupons. Let's see where they are. Oh, piggy, piggy, piggy! Where are you? They're like right up here somewhere, right?
It was back there by the freeway. They're not there anymore.
Are you sure?
Yes. We passed them. I'll go on up a little bit. Maybe they're up here doing it. We turn around here and go back or go forward?
Go forward a little bit, and then we'll turn around and come back and go a little past. See if they might be pulling some folks
Did you
over.
show everybody the sign you made?
Oh yeah, that's all I've been showing them so far. Yeah, go ahead and turn around here. They might have smelled me coming. Blue Eyes says, went to court and won. All right, Blue Eyes. Yeah. Can you make a little video on your channel? Let us know what happened. Give us a little story. Everybody go check out Blue Eyes' story. If you haven't subscribed to Blue Eyes, go subscribe now. Why not? That's what we do when we're here. Look at all these folks here. Look at this. A lot of people staying in their vans. Lots of people.
A lot of people staying in their car.
Yep. We're doing pretty good. We're good here. All right. We are, because I saw these motorcycle cops, and they were all gathering at a speed trap, right? So they were hiding in this public streets, in these residential streets, right? Right next to the big main road. So I saw them going home, and I didn't have a sign, so I just went home really quick, made this sign up in like 2 minutes, right? And ran back out here. Now I don't see them. I'm sure they're probably giving people tickets. Most probably. I'm probably gonna go back, and then we'll catch them when they're resetting up.
Could be donut time.
Yeah, it could be donut time. It is 11 o'clock, right? You know, these guys will cut off an hour early before lunch and then come back to work an hour after lunch. Because, you know, they get to do whatever they want, when they want. It's not their money. Hey, let's go in here for a minute. Go in. Alrighty. And then we're gonna turn around and we're gonna give this dude right here a hookup. We're gonna hook this dude up. I got some cigarettes with me that I've been rolling. Thank you very much, Miss Sue Hatton. I got another box in here that's all menthol. I can't find it right now, but it's in here, I swear. Where the fuck did it go? What are you doing?
I'm looking for the cigarettes with you.
Oh. I have these, but I don't know where the menthol ones are. Weird.
They're right here.
Oh, you found them? Yeah. There we go. So I have this right here. Yeah. Look at all that court paperwork there. So I have these right here, which are rags, and these over here, which are menthols. menthol or non-menthol? No. Okay, so I'll give you both a little bit for both.
Hi, we rolled cigarettes last night.
There's some for your young lady. And that's some for you, sir. Hey, my pleasure. I don't have money to give, man. That's all I got.
All right.
Hey,
We're out here.
that's it, man. You be blessed, man. Hey, have a good one. So yeah, just out here goofing. Just goofing a little. Let me see. Let's see. How's that better? Yeah, piggies. There they are. There they are. Was that? Is that? Oh, is that some other cops? No, those are other motorcycles.
Brakes can act like we need to bleed them.
Huh? Brakes. You're also really far away from the brake pedal.
You had court today.
Well, yeah, I had court today, by the way, everyone. And I was given a public defender. Not only a public defender, I got a alternative defense counsel because I am actually a witness against the public defenders of Denver. So I've been given defense by Judge Jackson, which is a fair judge. I believe that he's I believe that he's true to the law, and but I also said to the public defender, I said, so are you going to dismiss this case since it wasn't done today, or is it going to be dismissed at the next hearing? And she smiled and said, soon. Yeah, because they know they have absolutely no case against me. Anything that they bring against me will just show their blatant corruption and retaliation against First Amendment protesters and those who stand up against the city. Now, when I spoke to her, Miss Janine Hatter Perez said that far be it from her to, to not respect the Constitution or the First Amendment or the Constitution of Colorado. So we're going to see if that's true, especially after the memo that they passed out on the 10th, right after I was arrested. I guess they all ass. We'll go down a little further here and see if they're down here.
Okay.
If not, it just might have been a false alarm, guys.
No, they were definitely had a speed trap.
Yeah, they had a speed trap here going, but they just disappeared. I don't see any motorcycle cops with their lights on or having anybody pulled over.
There's people standing on the corners. They haven't bothered them.
Because they can't bother them. Because they've been sued in federal court over it for bothering them. There's nothing to bother them for. Leave them alone. They're just trying to survive. They're just trying to make some money to get a meal. And so what? If they're getting some money to get high, that's their own business. That's their own body. Leave them alone. You don't sleep outside in the elements on a sidewalk.
You want me to go to Colfax or turn to you?
Yeah, do that. Go to Colfax. See, you might run into something wonderful, right? Because every time I least suspected that I don't want it to happen, bam, there it is. Let's see what's on here. Mount is not being friendly. Just keeps wiggling around. This way.
So you mean it looks like Derek's carrying the phone?
Yeah. Putting it on this this clip mount that I have that I can put onto my there we go. Put this on my my visor. Hey, put it on my side. Now I can read. Whoever's behind. No matter what you hand out, they always appreciate it. Liberty, you're awesome. Thank you, Jane Ferrara. Sarah Fastify says, free your speech and blow their minds. Yep. Kevin Holmes, the police union should step in and put a stop to this of going out and harassing cops just because you people can't cope in life. Because we can't cope in life. Look here, weakling. Kevin Holmes, you bootlicker. Okay, we do this to save money for the people. They're nothing but fucking road pirates, and they don't have a right to be fucking stealing people's money to make their paychecks. You're a scumbag, okay? And a bootlicker.
Why would he say?
I said the police union should step in and put a stop. Fuck the police union. The police union doesn't own me. The police union means nothing to me, and that's only the ones. The police union is only the protector of criminals. That's all they are. Criminals. Weak, coward criminals. Where's my hair ties?
I don't see him anywhere.
Yeah, Kevin Holmes is Regan Benson. Probably. Regan Benson. That vindictive, terrible human being. Along with her cuckold husband, who's involved in all of it because of what she says. We all know who wears the pants there. These slime balls. Look, they're helping everybody. Look, they were helping 303 Cop Block. Remember when they were helping 303 Cop Block when they were in a problem, in a pinch way back? Well, here they are now serving papers on them. Right? I told you guys, they'll give you a hand, and if if they feel slighted in any way, you will feel the wrath of the scorned, hit the wall, special baby over there, right?
Maybe you can leave your sign in the car.
Yeah, and I don't leave this one in the van at all times, right? Well, guys, sorry for the false alarm.
Well, that's good. You can give them a 4-day update. Is Daniel in the stream?
You're useless in life, Liberty. Oh, Kevin. Oh, man. That really breaks my heart. I think I'm going to go kill myself now. Oh, you've truly wounded me. Oh, Kevin says I have no meaning in life, so now life is worthless. Oh, here's our stuff. Hey, Jane, I just hooked you up. Kick that dog shit off my channel, will you? Like Kevin Holmes.
Joe? Where's he got to put up on the car?
Yeah. He must be working on it.
Why did he park over here?
Who's this guy? Hold on a second. Stop right here. Alright. Looking all funny. We always have shady characters around here, right? I always like to know who's hanging out at our spot and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just. Hi, how are you? Just. Oh, that's cool. I just document everybody around here because there's like been some shady shit happening here. Hey, you guys are good, man. Yeah, Kevin, come fuck me. So,
Doors wide open.
dipped as soon as I came out with the camera. I'm just having lunch. Okay, whatever. I just wanted to document your face, so if I see you again, you know, I know whether you're full of shit or whether you were just having lunch. Like I told people. Okay. Cheers. Oh my God. So wonderful. As ink. I mean, it's just. Here we go. We should be back up to a better stream, right?
Why is it buffering?
Yeah, because I was walking in here right on. Man, it gives me all these fucking. I don't want these notices on here. I gotta learn how to use this stupid thing. It's telling me the byte rates are too low, blah, 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 blah. And then I can't read you guys' comments.
Ebony, where's little Luz?
He just walked in. Got in the bathroom. Sucker punch any kids. Those weren't kids, those are grown-ass men drinking at a bar. Okay, they're not fucking kids. Okay, and I will stand in for any one of my friends. I will stand in and get punched or punched before my friends get hurt. That's a fact. A sucker punch comes from behind, not from the front, bitches.
See my sunglasses anywhere?
Huh?
I left my shades here last night. You lost so many of them fucking things.
You're not gonna see me, but there we go.
It's a once a week phenomenon.
Red Dog 50 says everything's connected to this phony banking system. They give us paper and they keep all the gold. Yep. Jason D says Liberty Free, you did good. You always get your buy. Kate Ma says, why did you take it down? Because I don't glorify violence. But we're standing around, people go, what are you going to do? What are you going to do without the police? When you're by yourself and you need help, what are you going to do without the police? What are you going to do? You stand up like a fucking man and you grab a fucking pipe and you tell all the motherfuckers standing there that are threatening you, you know, that you're about to take it to that ass. That's what you do. That's what you're supposed to do as a man. You see? And no law enforcement, no nothing. The whole block thought they were going to jump in. Well, you guys didn't see on video all the guys that were following us down the alley saying, you know, don't worry about them. We got your back now, gentlemen. Nobody's going to be jumping you tonight. All right, so we were in the right. We were in a rough side of town, in a really fucking rough side of town full of drunk people, drunk, violent, unpredictable people. Okay? And the guy that was just about to fight me was standing in front of my friend, and there was an unknown man coming up behind him, which later I found out he was actually on my side, keeping anybody from going crazy, right? But I didn't know that. I didn't know who those people were, so I got to defend my friend.
Where's the hood up?
Just cool it off a little.
And you guys see, I'll have little clips of if you guys were watching that night, there was a really big blonde dude who was talking a lot of shit and he was trying to bully us or whatever, and I pushed him away from me and I shoved my finger up his ass a couple times. You know what I mean? I know that sounds kind of crazy, but he's trying to get up on me. I couldn't punch him in the face, you know, but he took it like the girl that he is. fucking guys.
Well, they're trying to justify your...
You know, we got some troll on here or whatever, right? You guys keep saying that I suck at probably this dude or whatever. As a matter of fact, never even punched him. Face palmed him like this. That's actually what happened, right? I face palmed him like a basketball and threw him to the ground, right? Why? Because I showed mercy. I didn't want the young kid to have a scar across his face for the rest of his life, okay? That's why I did it. You know, they weren't coming very hard. I just had to show them that I wasn't afraid. If they would have come hard and tried to hurt us, I would have tried to hurt somebody back. Okay?
Now they're going to become police officers and kill a bunch of fucking...
Which later on the kids are trying to fucking follow me, right? They're trying to follow me and find me, you know, and chase me down. Where's he at? Because we're going to get that old motherfucker, and who does he think to touch me, blah, 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 when they started the whole shit, right? And when he came back, Monkai fucking put a stomping and beat that boy's ass. He's like, you want to keep bringing it? He put that ass down, and all he could do was bite Monkai like a little girl, okay? And then they want to cry. Why'd you have to... We started shit. We started talking shit. We came back to fight you in violence. Now you whooped our asses. You know, well, as I've said before, don't let the gray hair fool you.
Don't start nothing.
Yeah, that was a late night for me too, boy. I was way past my bedtime. That was like 3 o'clock in the morning when all that went down.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it was 3 because it was right after the bars came out, right? So it was like right when everybody was out on the street being thrown out of the bars or whatever.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And the drunks are all.
And I knew it. And I knew it the moment it happened. I said on the video, I was like, "You guys ready to get out of here? Because it's probably about to get ugly." Whoever was talking shit earlier is going to come back because, you know, the cops left or whatever. I mean, unless you're ready to fight the whole street. And I was like, I'm pretty ready. Now, I'm not even finished saying that when some guys come by and already start saying some shit. I say some shit back to flex, and they turn right around to bring it, right? He came with some girly, whatever, non-boxing, weird position there. And I was like, really? That's how you box? Watch, I'm going to show you how to box. Come on down. And he didn't do anything. He stepped back. I thought they were going to bring it to my friend. A little bit of a small whatever. We left. Nobody got hurt. But they kept wanting some. They followed us all the way like 2 blocks down the street. You know, and I said, Monkai, don't leave pikes behind. You know, and next thing you know, they caught up to Monkai. And Monkai took it to that ass. And everybody was there protecting him. And, you know, he's like, you done? Oh, why'd you do it? Well, you guys followed me. I had to defend myself, right? I have to defend myself because you guys are chasing me down the street, right? Saying you want to hurt me. I don't even have anything to do with it, right? It was something that happened between you and somebody else, but you want to come and bring violence to me? Monkai said, I'm going to defend myself. And then he pointed over and goes, that's why your old boy just got his ass whooped. Meaning his buddy. He goes, that's why your friend just got his ass whooped. And boy, he got his ass whooped all right, Marine style. It was awesome. It was awesome. You know?
So you're lucky the crazy ones weren't there.
Yeah. I'm glad that guy wasn't. I'm glad that guy wasn't there.
I'd have fucking been all over both of them motherfuckers. Getting my ass whooped or not.
Yeah, and all my boys were there. Pikes, everybody. The lookout, everybody was there. Had my back. Fearless. Everybody immediately responded, and it was on. So, but that's not what we go there for, right? It's just like we're not going to stand there and be beaten either. We're not going to be there and be abused. You know, we're not going to go, please help, Mr. Police Officer, please come help me. Screw that.
Some street justice.
It is what it is. Should have woke up.
It's called street justice.
Yeah, you know what the cops do.
Yeah, sometimes you get them, sometimes you dish them.
It's just like the bug. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
Yeah, no work for me today. I gotta go run.
And what happened was they came at us as windshields. They left away. They walked away from us as bugs.
They weren't flying away. They were just limping off. Bugs. That's funny.
Bye bye, Kate. Bye bye, Mass. Bye bye, Mass KK Chaos.
Controllers.
Where's EJ at? Where's EJ at?
You guys didn't just stick around. How'd the court go?
Because I am a witness against the public defender's office in another case, so that causes a conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And
You get to hire a lawyer at low cost. Them paying him.
yeah, they're paying him.
I believe.
Not me.
Yeah. I mean the government.
And from what I've heard, I can't remember the lady's name right now offhand, but I told it to Eric, and he was like, "What? Oh my God, yes! You got hooked up. You're gonna love her. Oh my God, she's gonna love you." And I was like, "Really? Finally, something wonderful, right?" And like I said, as I'm walking out, I told the prosecutor, I was like, "So you're gonna dismiss it on the next one since you didn't dismiss it on this one?" And she goes, "Yeah, here soon, real soon."
They just want to keep you fucking hemmed up a little longer. So they pulled the ankle, though. Is that today or last week?
What's that?
They pulled your ankle?
Oh yeah, they took that off on the 4th because it was only for 60 days.
Oh.
Yeah, and you guys please sub to La Luz of Colorado, La Luz de Colorado, La Luz de Colorado, which means the light of Colorado. And he truly is a light. He's a light to everybody's life here, and I promise you that, dear friend and brother, a guy that truly sacrifices himself and his life for others. So, you know, I give a lot of respect to this guy. James, Wonder Twins power activated. Yeah, no kidding. Here you go. Saludos, hermano. Que te encuentres bien en este día. Gracias, BX Express. Says, greetings, my brother. I hope you find yourself well on this day. Terrafastify already subbed to that hero. Oh, and you. I said they've already subbed to that hero. Oh, looky here. We got a call. Okay, guys, I'm going to take this call, see what happens. I'll be right back. Hello? Hello?
Hi, this is Julie. I'm calling from the dealer processing department regarding your vehicle's warranty.
Oh.
We sent you a final notice in the mail.
Hey, go figure, guys. That was Julie. Great news. That was Julie calling and checking up on me on my vehicle manufacturer's warranty. Okay? So she's pulled my file and she checked and she's about to do me a favor on my 1976 Dodge. Right? So she must have gone way back, right? To grab my information. Yeah, on the archive, right? You know.
She went down to fish.
She went like,
we got some new fish.
right?
These were microfished.
Yes, they were microfiche, right? You know, yeah.
They were kind of dusty, but we got the dust off, and guess what? Your name came up.
Oh, Timmy Henley's mom. Sorry, I was laughing right now. I got a phone call, and it was Julie from my vehicle warranty department. About to give me a great deal. Asked me for all of my information, so they can do wonderful things for me. You know, but they must have gone way back in the archive to look up my 76 Dodge, right?
That's funny.
Damn call. But this wonderful brand new Samsung, which I got from Mr. Magic B. Thank you. Actually, the most generous gift I've ever received from any human being ever is this phone. Thank you, Mr. B. It has a wonderful option, this Samsung S10 Plus, which you can Every time they call, if it's a bullshit call, as soon as you hang up, it gives you an option. You hit block, and that call never comes through again. Isn't it wonderful? I got the Dream Team mods right now. I got umpire's wheels for phone scammers. Oh, that's awesome. Is a new steering column covered by Julie? Yeah, right? Yeah, thank you, Super 23, Super 23.
Say that weld was.
Yeah, right?
That weld was supposed to be.
Yeah, actually, that weld was actually a recall item on my van, right?
Yeah.
But when I read in the forums, a lot of people actually had the balls to actually take it to a Dodge dealership and claim that, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So they actually, like, no fucking way that we're gonna, no.
Honor that.
We're not gonna honor it, right? So Dodge does not honor. They only honor their shit for a certain amount of time. Even though it was
7 years, I think.
even though it was a death-causing recall, right? They won't honor it because if it breaks, you're driving down the highway. It's like, hey, mom, look, no hands at 75. I'm going at 75 on a 6% grade. All right, thank you, man. So right here we have my diet. I'm back on eating normal, right? I've gotten rid of all the ice cream. What happened was I bought ice cream sandwiches, right? And I saw there was 3 of them left, so I ate them. I ate all of them shamelessly. I ate all of them shamelessly. I like bit into them. I rubbed them all over my face. I was like, I love ice cream sandwiches, especially the cheap ones, right? And then now that they're gone, okay, I'm back to eating the way that I always claimed that I did, which made me lose damn near 100 pounds, right? So here it is, low carb. Yeah, it's real food, right? We have some avocado here.
This is not a magazine.
A beautiful GMO avocado right here, right? With some great eggs. I know that our eggs are free range because they are donated, and it says free range on the box. So I gotta believe it, right? They never lie. And then we have some sausage, right? And it's crazy because when you change to this diet, what happens is that your body screams, right? Like toast, right? Toast. And your body almost my stomach right now feels kind of like almost rejecting it, right? Like, ew, no. But really, when you eat this way, you can eat so much more food. So much more food. All right? You get to enjoy a lot of food. Good, rich food. And you feel a lot more satisfied in your stomach in the long run. I've just got to get past the 2 weeks of, about a week or so. The first flu lasts about a few days. It's called the keto flu, right? You feel like you're dying. People are like, my blood sugar's going low. I'm going to die. I need a candy bar. That's such a lie. Such bullshit. You can live your entire life without sugar. So you don't even need carbs. But it did great things for me. It did great things for all of my numbers, my cholesterol, my diabetes. And my doctor said that if I lost another 20 pounds, he was completely going to get me off my diabetic medicine. And instead, I ate and got fatter. Just human nature. Just a regular guy trying to figure it out, right? Finding my place in this world, finding my place according to God's word.
I left all the information in it.
Make a million mistakes. I'm probably the greatest example of a hypocrite you've ever seen in your life. I mean, with everything. I preach these things, and then at the same time, I want to turn around and bust somebody in the eye. But like Paul said, those things that I want to do, I don't do, and the things that I don't want to do, I do. It just goes to show that I'm a sinner, and that I'm in need of a Savior, and that I'll get it sometime, and if not, I'll die trying. It's funny. I can never eat if I'm doing a live stream and not think of Bao. Because Bao will shamelessly stuff his face on a live stream. I love that guy. That guy's amazing to me. He's doing real well. If you don't know who he is, you want to go check out Clash with Bao. He's also got a van life channel also. Great guy, funny, witty, smart, knows his stuff, very entertaining. He's pretty much that began this whole live streaming genre amongst the auditors. He's the one that coined it. He's the guy that spearheaded it.
I'm out, bro. I gotta go meet my auntie real quick. I'll be back in a little while.
Okay.
About an hour or so.
Okay.
Got a little couple chores to run. See you guys.
Be safe, man.
Yes, sir.
Wear your seatbelt.
Fuck the police.
What the police? So, and I'm just totally like hanging out with you guys like family, right? I'm just sitting here eating and, you know, just chit-chatting. Why? Because I get some, just talk, right? Get to know me. See who the new haters are, right? Never ate this damn good in Cuba, that's for damn sure. Never been to Cuba, even though my whole family's Cuban. And I talk a lot about Cuba. I've never been either to Cuba nor Puerto Rico. I have well-to-do family in Puerto Rico. I love them. And, you know, they always offer me, they say, hey, you know, whenever you come down, they would treat me like royalty. I've just never gone down. I've never been to Cuba. But now most of my family from Cuba is here.
How's your breakfast?
Yes, ma'am, whatever you need.
You guys' water?
No, they turned it off and they didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, I just went to go. I was in the middle of doing laundry. I went to go put my clothes in the dryer. My washer's full of water.
Yeah, that's
And
just
the water's not.
that's just how they do it here. They don't give you no, hey, you know, we're
There's
gonna be
some
turning
guys
off the
working out
water.
front in an orange truck.
Okay, so there's somebody working.
Yeah,
on
somebody's
the
probably-
wash. Okay,
Mhm.
I just wanted to.
Yeah, I went to
make
wash
sure.
my hands and it was off. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
was gonna start doing dishes too. I'm like,
What would
okay,
we have done
do
if we were in
dishes.
the shower all soaked up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be screwed. Hair full of soap, right?
Alright, well, thank you guys.
Yes, ma'am, my pleasure. You guys see that yolk right there? I love fried eggs, right? Oh my God, and I see that right there. And then I see that, no, I can't have any of that. Oh my God. I would give anything to just like slop some bread through there.
I should have just made you scrambled eggs.
Totally weak, I'll grab this piece. But
See, if I make you scrambled, then you won't have the yolk and then you won't want the bread.
yeah, I'm not a big scrambled lover, right?
Well, if
Oh.
you can keep yourself from eating it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. So the gym was begging me to rejoin. I rejoined. $21.99 a month.
It went up $1.99.
Yeah, it went up $1.99. Actually, it'll be $2 exactly because it used to be 19.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 19. I love it. So you start walking again and doing some exercise again. Get back in the groove.
Is Daniel in the stream? Sovereign citizen?
Is the real sovereign citizen here? Fuck the police. Miss Sabrina said, oh shit, now she called me yesterday. I don't know who you're talking about, Miss Sabrina.
What'd she say?
But we were talking about other people.
Oh, I asked her if she was coming with her man over here to visit us, and she didn't know who I was. She didn't understand what was going on.
The plants of this earth can cure all manner of diseases. I believe that, man. Let's not share because then they wouldn't be able to multiply billions and trillions of dollars in revenue. No, Dan is transporting Mr. Brandt to Jeffco. All right, what's up, Marine Vet Mom? Sup, lady? Good. So Dan is the one who's going to take care of the folks over there. Me personally, I want to go to camp. I want to go camping in a couple days. Get my mind away from this. Be disconnected from Earth. Chris Marcus says, yolk and toast is the bomb. I will sacrifice somewhere else. Yolk is good on hash browns also. Yes, I do agree. I'm not a big potato person, so I'm not really big on like hash browns and things like that. For example, like I'll eat a few fries while I'm eating my meal, and I'll give the rest away. I don't need that much. A small fry is more than enough for me for a meal. I'm not big into hash browns. I like my occasional mashed potato or whatever. Maybe a baked potato, fully loaded with a steak. Sounds always good, but...
You grew up with rice. You didn't.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say because I'm Cuban Puerto Rican, right? So I grew up with rice and beans, right? Yellow rice, con gris,
Plantain.
arroz con pollo, plantains, right? Picadillo, bistec empanizado, mofongo. These are all my native meals that I grew up with. EJ Nish said, I'd be running for my ovaries' sake.
Be running where?
She said, I'd be running for my ovaries' sake.
Okay.
Carrie Watkins says, I heard Cuban families are great to be around and very big families. Yes, they're very big extended families, right? Everybody lives together all the time. There's a lot of sharing of the burdens amongst the family, which is beautiful. But then at the same time, you may be a kid and hang out with mom damn near all your life, and you're not far. But I promise you, when mom gets old, she's going to be your problem for the rest of your life. That's just the Cuban way. And you got to deal with it, no matter what. I like wild rice with cranberries in it. Wow, that sounds really good, Aunt Kalon. I think I'm going to give that a try or something. Hey, you know what I checked out yesterday? I saw they have a smoked, I was seeing how they smoked watermelon, right? And it's smoked, and there's a certain technique and something you add, some kind of an ash or whatever, gives it a ham look, and you can cut it. It looks like a freaking ham, and it's watermelon, right? They said that they're charging like $75 in LA for that, for the same thing. And in high restaurants or whatever, it's like a new bougie thing. So they got about $20 all in it, and they're charging you $75. Mm-hmm. No, I'm good. It's so good. Eugenia Trump said, what if chickens are human eggs?
Ew. I don't eat eggs anyway, let alone I don't. Ooh. Don't say that. If you've ever been to a chicken farm, you definitely will never eat an egg.
When I lived in Georgia, I went to a chicken farm selling meat. And when I walked in,
Ew.
It was so gross and disgusting. And the visual was so brutal, right? You know, chickens walking around with the goiters and shit, right? I mean, they're just completely covered in shit, chicken shit. It's gross shit. And the smell was so bad, I didn't eat chicken for over a year.
Ooh.
What happened? Han Wazelwick says they charge $100 for a plain hamburger in Los Angeles.
How much?
He said they charge $100 for a plain hamburger in Los Angeles because God already told us the things which have true value, right? What has true value? Well, God, right? Our family, right? To love our neighbors, right? Our integrity, our, things like that. So, we've made valuable things which have no value to them. The only value that they actually have is that which was placed upon it by somebody else, right? For example, we say diamonds are, one of the rare, one of the costliest jewels and all that kind of stuff, and one of the most sought after. And yet, there's so many more stones that are more beautiful than a diamond, and yet don't have anywhere near the value. So, just look at Jordans. Hey, people are buying Nike Jordans today, Nike Airs. It is the same style. It is the same fucking shoe from 1986. And people are still so stupid that they're paying hundreds of dollars for them, killing each other for them, right? Because somebody said so. You guys don't understand that when I was a kid, a starter jacket, the ones that you get at Walmart, a starter jacket was the same as Nike Air Jordans, right? So when you had a badass team starter jacket, you can get shot for it. You'd be killed in New York City from somebody trying to steal your jacket, right? And now starter is nothing but a Walmart brand. It's a garbage thrift store special Walmart brand, right? And just a couple decades ago, they were killing people for them. Yeah, look, Chris Marcus says lobster is expensive, and it used to be prison food in the Northeast. That's true.
What?
Yeah. They sold out to the big box, says Terrafastify. Can I get... Okay. I don't know if I can give her yours. It doesn't let me take yours away, which is great. You just have it, Jane. So more power to you. You can have it for the day that we're on here and nobody else is on, but you with the blue wrench. So that would be awesome. So you can keep it. And where's my Marine vet mom? Marine vet mama san. But here's how it works, ladies and gentlemen, with the moderator thing. You don't get crazy. You don't. There's no banning. Before you ban someone, say, yo, Liberty, is it cool if I ban this guy or whatever? Okay? Don't worry about it. If somebody needs to be banned, I'll tell you. Okay? This is, I'm not into, this is my channel. I believe in free speech, but this is my channel. This is a private channel. Okay? The only thing I won't support here is you're not going to come over here and support the Thin Blue Line on my channel. You're not going to justify police violence on my channel. You're not going to glorify and say, yay, I'm glad this guy got arrested because he was exercising his First Amendment right. Ain't happening. Yeah, Chris Marcus says grits in the South are cheap, but polenta in the North is expensive.
Is it the same thing?
And it's the same thing. Yeah, basically. I love grits. The only good brand is an American brand, right? American made. And when I say American made, I mean like it was started, something created, and gone here. Not that it was created somewhere else, shipped here, put in a box here, and then it says American. No. Thank you for banning Kevin Holmes, EJ Nix.
Who is Kevin Holmes? Never seen the name
Some
before.
blowhard bootlicker. Big Dog says, fuck the police. Super 23, Super 23 Greens 2. Trump said, what's up, Trump said? In Florida, lobster is free. Just go swimming in the Keys and get them. Yeah, but don't let them catch you because they'll fucking hang you if they catch you catching them out of season.
And what's the name of the jail there?
Yeah, and it's called the Marathon County Jail. Is it Monroe County? I think it's Monroe, isn't it? Monroe County. Yeah, when we were younger, my buddy had a a trailer that was located in a little lagoon there at the Keys, and that thing would get full of lobsters, right? They would just chill out there. So one night we went over there and we were all smoking and chilling, and we were like, man, what do you got in here? It's like, we're gonna be here till tomorrow. You got anything to cook some lobster with? And he started looking, bro. We had some, some spaghetti sauce, right? Some stuff, tomato sauce and stuff. We're like, oh, good. We'll make some fucking lobster tail and red sauce, right? And I got a steak knife, and just one of those cheap wooden handled steak knives, right? And I duct taped it to a broom handle, and I went out there and laid down on the pier on my chest and began catching lobsters, and we probably ended up with like 30 of them bad boys. And we filled this big ass pot and we stuffed our faces with lobster tail. It was awesome, and we grilled some. I know if you live in the Keys, you can have up to 6 cages. From what I know, back when I used to live there in Florida, you're allowed to have, as a Florida Keys resident, up to 6 traps of your own private. So that means really, when you're a resident of the Keys, you get to eat all the lobsters you want until you're disgusted with them. Give me a second, I gotta get a hair tie up. Sorry. Damn.
Did you
Sweet
just
potato,
hit your
you're
head?
100% right. I never had a fishing license in my life. Yeah, I know. And they're asking for fishing license in Florida. I don't know if it's still the same. When I was a kid, you were allowed to fish off a pier in the salt water for free because it's the ocean. You got places like California that want to charge you, the private person, for fishing out of the ocean with a fishing rod, right? So, like, what municipality is it that stocks the ocean? Did you have to pay a right to fish? Sweet Potato says, Kevin Holmes is a sorry sack of human flesh, born without compassion or brains. Oops, did I say that out loud? Thanks for saying it out loud there, Sweet Tater. Jane Favara, Chris Marcus, it is an honor. Angelon, I have no idea. I never had permission. Hey, the state center. I'm glad you enjoyed me giving you a wrench, Chris. When is lobster season down there? I'm not quite sure. So here's what they do. In lobster season, right? They give you a sack. You buy this sack, and then you buy this little thin, what is it called? A fiberglass rod, right? It's like a fiberglass switch. The same fiberglass rod the kids used to put on their bicycles back in the day. And it has a little keychain, little key ring on the end of it, right? And that's bait so you don't lose it or whatever. You're supposed to tickle it out of the hole. You'll see the long little feelers out in the holes and stuff. And then you tickle it out, and you're supposed to hold it so when it gets tickled out, it gets, you're supposed to scare it into the bag, right? You're not allowed to spear it. If you're found with any lobsters with a spear through it, a hole, you're fucked, right? They will even take your boat away. If you guys think that it's tyrannous on land, the laws on the sea or on the water are 50 times more tyrannous than anything you've ever seen on land. So what a lot of people do is they'll take that little ring on the end of that fiberglass stick, and they'll take that mesh bag that they have, or get another mesh bag. They'll take a piece of that mesh bag, and they'll tie it onto the end of it, right? So then now what they do is you stick the stick in there with that piece of mesh cloth on the end, and you stick it in there and you roll it around, you move it around or whatever, and then the lobster gets tangled in, and you can just pull it out of the hole and it's not going to get away from you, and you can just grab it with your hand and put it in the bag. Cheating without cheating. Yeah, before you used to be able to fish from a pier with no license. At the same time, you needed a license to fish from a beach. Yeah, see, it doesn't make sense. Why would you need a license to fish from the sea to eat? That's absurd. Only in America do they do that. Only in America. You go to any other country, hey, you're fishing is because you need to eat and you don't have money to go to a fucking store. I mean, it was put there by God so that you can eat all that you need, right? But no, we're going to charge you for that. You know, these people decided that, oh, we're going to make the world our supermarket, and if they want anything from it, they got to pay us. Is that fucking crazy or what? Yeah, the tickle stick. The tickle stick with an addition. Yeah, Trump said they will not only take your boat, they will follow you home and without a warrant enter your home. And if you have lobster or fish, they will confiscate your home as well as your vehicle and your boat. That is no joke, people. They will treat you worse than if you had drugs on that boat. And they will pursue it. Why? Because they get to keep all of your shit, right? Asset forfeiture. And Florida knows asset forfeiture real well. Especially the cops down in the Keys. They know it real well. I want to thank Judge Jackson for granting me the public defender. Thank you, buddy. He's not my buddy, he's a judge, but thank you, Judge, for being a decent judge and stepping in with a public defender trying to be as corrupt as possible. You know, we got a...
Brian here? Sat there for 2 hours waiting for him. No response to my email or anything?
I'm live.
I'll put my hearing aid in.
That's why we became drug smugglers. They made us criminals for fishing, so we decided to be real rich criminals with our boats. That is so true. I knew so many of them back in the day, in the 80s. Damn, anybody that said that they were a fisherman in the Keys, we all know what you were fishing. You were fishing bales out of the water from the supply boat. My favorites were the guys that said they were fishermen, but their hands were like soft, like they worked in an office. Somebody said that Brian is at the Capitol.
Say again?
Somebody said that Brian is at the Capitol.
Oh.
They wrote brain, but...
Well, whoever said that, let Brian know that I'm no longer downtown.
Yeah, if you guys know, if Brian's live or whatever, you can let them know that, you can let him know that Defend is no longer downtown. He probably figured he was coming this way too, because we both got thrown out at the same time from the Denver court. There was a Deputy Hudson or whatever, some dude, scumbag, parasite, threw me out, talked to me, called me a motherfucker and to go fuck myself and all these other things, right? As a deputy. Because why? Because they now passed a rule that you can't record inside the fucking building, right? So now, thinking that they're not being recorded, you know, now they mind their P's and Q's, right? Now they fucking dot their I's and their T's when they're being recorded, but when they're not being recorded, they become the pigs that they are.
Deputy Hudson, what an asshole.
Deputy Hudson, what an asshole.
The black guy with the mohawk.
Yep. And we get along with a couple of the people there. A few of those,
Most of them get it.
a few of the deputies, they kind of get it. They do the job because they have to do the job, but they don't enjoy being tyrants, right?
If they really don't like their job, they should quit and find a real job.
That's funny shit, Trump said. That's funny shit. He said, we made $5,000 on a load of crabs, and we made $500,000 on a load of weed. Which one do you want to use your boat for, right? Yeah, but you see, when my pops went to Cuba for the second time, we had a boat called El Pispo, which a person who's Pispo means he's a person who is very debonair, like a tuxedo type thing, right? So when we went out there, my dad was fishing. He had gone out fishing. Doesn't matter. They're all dead now. So you can't really charge anybody. But they had that shit loaded up, man, with fishing rigs and everything. They were heading right back to Cuba to pick up the rest of my family because they took away our first boat, right? So my pops, being Puerto Rican, not even being Cuban, right? He went over there for my mom. For my mom's family, he risked his life. And he went with my Uncle Willie, my master mechanic uncle, right? My cousin. They went out there, and in the middle of the night, it was, Captain, you are ordered to stop your vessel. Blah, 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 blah. My dad's trying to pull he doesn't understand English or something. What? I can't hear you, don't understand. They got the 50 cal went all in front of the boat. They would make like these X crosses because there was a boat on each side, right? So each one of them is shooting across the bow, and they're making bullet splashes in front of my dad's boat. So my dad goes, well, here's a real deal. My Uncle Willie was the captain, because he was the guy he was the seaman, right? And also the master mechanic. He went ahead and damn near slammed it into reverse to come to a stop. And of course, they boarded the boat, blah, blah, blah. They got arrested. They got charged with, whatever, in international waters, whatever the fuck. The boat got taken away by the government. They fucked it all up. My parents were acquitted. My dad was acquitted. And we still lost the boat and everything. And they didn't know how to sue in return, right? So it was all gone. But yeah, that's one of the stories of my my rebel family's life. Standing up against tyrants, wiping their asses with unjust laws, and sacrificing even their very lives for that which is right, just, and true. And I thank my mother and my father for teaching me that courage and bravery, and to stand up in defiance at all times. When you're right, you stand in defiance to the death if you're right. God says, that is messed up, man. Yeah, they took the boat, and they actually took the boat and they threw it on land during the trial. But this is a boat that had sliding doors, captain's chairs, big captain's tower, all this kind of stuff. They left it all on the soil, cocked sideways, completely vulture picked. They took everything that was anything that mattered on it, electronic, depth finders, you name it, everything. They stole everything off the boat. Mind you, this is on a government facility, okay, a government place where they're holding the evidence, and they took whatever they wanted. The cops took whatever they wanted off of there. Nobody was held accountable for it, but my mother bitched, and my mother made it so that during the trial, part of the trial was they all had to go over there and see the boat. And they all went, judging everybody. It was a shame. But my parents were acquitted. We had Cuban refugees on the deck of the boat and larger quantities of weed in the hull. Made many trips for good old President Carter. Yep, because President Carter was the president during the Mario boat lift time. He was on his way out. Fuzzy Potato says, being tenacious is a good quality when you are right. Good on your mom.
Sometimes giving up.
No,
is
on Galant, they
necessary.
did not get the boat back because it was nothing worth getting back. It was an empty, abandoned, molded, broken shell. And we're talking about a bad-ass 42-foot boat that was bought off a Colombian dope dealer who wanted nothing more to do with it because he used it for whatever he wanted, right? And gave it away, damn near, right? So when he heard what my parents were doing with it, he had compassion for them, and he said, you don't have to pay it all to me up front then, if this is what you're needing it for. Because my mom was trying to ask him to hold it, if she gave her some money, and then hold, and because she didn't have the whole amount, blah, blah, blah. But they knew there was an amazing boat for the price. It was like, imagine you get a boat at 50% off, right? So the guy just took payments. And that guy came over to my house for about 2 years taking payments. Colombian guy. Badass Colombian dealer. My father, you guys want to hear a cool story. My father always told him, look, this is my home. We don't want any shady shit here, right? Don't bring your boys, right? Don't bring weapons. Don't bring any of that staging shit. He said, yeah, sure. He came a couple times on the weekend, and the guy always had bodyguards with him. And the guy brought a bodyguard one Saturday night, and us as kids, we ran into the house, and he stood up in the living room, and he half took out what was like a Mach 10 Tech 9 type, weapon, right? Uzi style weapon. And my dad got a little pissed. He didn't take the guy that had the weapon. He took the boss guy into the kitchen. He took him into a corner. My old man used to always take his glasses off when he was real serious. And he said, I thought I had told you once to not do what just happened, right? I don't want this in my house, whatever. That guy of such high position, so you guys can understand how men were back in the day, right? My dad was like getting into his grill. And this man was a man of stature, a man of position, a man who wouldn't do shit. He just asked somebody to kill you, right? And what this man did was, he apologized to my father. He got up and he walked out with the guy. He chastised the guy for acting that way there. Because my father said, when you come to my home, there's nothing to fear. There's not going to be any violence here. There's nothing going to go on or whatever. These are my family, my children. That kind of shit doesn't happen inside my walls, right? My dad was huge for that. Right. Huge, right? And he believed on death to that, right? No matter who you are. And my dad was not a tough guy at all whatsoever. At all. He was just a man of sharp integrity.
I already
And
got in a fight with him this morning.
so then he came, and the guy left, and that guy came back every single time after that, all by himself. Every time. One time he came on a motorcycle, and I'll never forget, he came with his friend riding a motorcycle. The guy was riding a 6-cylinder motorcycle. At that time, that was like a big deal. He didn't see that kind of shit, right? And it was like, wow. And both these guys, they show up in a motorcycle with all their shit on or whatever. And there was like this awkward look, my dad or whatever. And the guy immediately explained, he goes, hey, Boricua, because my dad, they used to call him Boricua. And they said, hey, Boricua. He goes, he's just a friend of mine, and we're riding today. So we're riding together. And I just stopped by since I was near to say hello, just to show you my new bike. Did he fear my father? Absolutely not. That man didn't fear anyone, right? That man could have had my father offed in a heartbeat. In today's day and age, they probably would have had my dad offed, right? Because, he got slighted or whatever. Back in those days, they understood respect. They understood the household, right? They understood man code, right? And it was cool to watch that because I watched that happen through a lot of years. And my dad, when things like that would happen, I would ask my dad. And my dad would always openly tell me things and give me enough information for me to understand what happened there without the details, right? And then he'd go into his teaching, right? He would be like, a man should always stand up for what is right, regardless of the circumstance, because, it's all we have. All we have is our name. All we have is our, right? That, blah, blah, blah. So he just respected my dad, right? And when my dad passed, I had no idea how many men respected my father. I had no idea how many friends my father had. I mean, we would go everywhere and everybody knew my dad, but I had no idea, right? And at his funeral, the people that came blew my mind, right? All saying wonderful things about my dad and everything, right? And people bringing gifts and stuff. It was like crazy, right? And everybody had something amazing to say about this guy. And to me, it was just my dad, asshole sometimes, right? Just your dad, and you really didn't take it for much. And wow, super life lessons. And it's crazy how we learn it after the fact, right? Like I got to see all of that after he passes, right? I couldn't go back and say, "Hey, Dad, did you see?" It's like, woo, right? And but it is what it is, And those are the codes that I try to go by, and I fail miserably. But hey, I go with the rules that I was taught, and I go by the examples that I saw with my own eyes, right? And those are pretty big examples to follow, pretty big shoes to fill. The great book I just found is called The Scarface Hotel. Holy shit, it brought back memories. So yeah, that was just it. Yeah, my dad was like really a guy of really, really few words, right? He was mostly just funny and lighthearted, and he was like, yeah, don't worry about that, And his life was so brutal, man. They were so brutal to him. Him growing up, his upbringing. He took so much abuse in his life, right? He could have been the perfect, poster child for the asshole, terrible dad, right? And he totally said that shit's not happening to my kids, right? He didn't use all that to be an excuse to be terrible to his kids. He took that as a lesson on what not to be and what not to experience as a kid, right? And we kind of lost that in our people, in our generation, in our culture, and this youth that we're being taught to be compassionless, to be empty, to be privileged. It's just crazy. My father was also a salesman, Chris Marcus. My father was also a salesman most of his life, and he was very successful at it. I'm my dad's daughter without a doubt. I live by an unwritten law. If you don't get it, you will get it. That's right. Yeah, if you don't get it, you will get it. Yeah. I hear you, EJ Nicks. Trump said, Donald also, the Wootons. Chris Morgan. Mine was also. Yep. He was a salesman and a singer. And that what you did manual was just because my Uncle Bob, which is my uncle that passed, he was my uncle from Arizona, right? You guys saw me in Arizona visiting my aunt, right? And my Uncle Bob got him a job at Universal Studios, and then in Universal Studios, he learned to be a painter. And then there, he learned how to paint, he learned how to wallpaper, and then he learned all kinds of crazy techniques. Like my dad would make the walls look like, You know, it's like it's some slum somewhere, right, in an abandoned building, whatever, with mold running, right, water running. All that's made with paint. It's all fake. So he learned to do all that. He got paid really good money while we lived in Cali and worked at Universal Studios. And then after that, he worked on a few movies after that. He traveled to Georgia and stuff. Did some more movies with my uncle. And then my uncle passed suddenly and decided to go. Had an accident. Hit right in the right spot. My uncle didn't believe in seatbelts. He hated seatbelts. Trump says half my family is law enforcement and the other half is outlaws. Yeah. Excuse me. Yep. And it's crazy, you know, like I have a good buddy and, you know, he's one of my best friends, and because of life we've kind of like lost touch and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, his beautiful daughter's a cop, right? So it's kind of weird. You know, it is what it is, right? The truth is never nice nor not nice. It just is. My son is not well, and all this feeling talk is making me cry. It's all right. We get a little tender around here sometimes, I guess, Miss Sweet Potato. I don't understand what you mean by my son is not well, but peace to you in that situation. I'm sorry you're going through that. And it's okay to cry, guys. It's all right. Jesus wept. You know what I'm saying? We got to let it out sometimes. If we don't let it out in tears, we let it out in bullets sometimes, right? You see a lot of people not being able to let out their emotions, and they let them out in ways that shouldn't be, right? So
I almost let mine out with Mr. Hudson today.
that's pretty cool, Trump said. He says, when we have family reunions and machine guns and badges are collected at the door by my mother, and then after the meal, everyone leaves and they get their gear back. Can you imagine if I had a family of cops? Can you imagine what the family reunions would be if I showed up?
It's
That's
like
nicely said, Miss Jane Ferrara. She says, tears are what our heart can't say. Yes, it is a system built in by God, an overload system. Yep, that does mean his emotions too. The Bible says that he holds every tear in the palm of his hand of his saints. Not just in general. Sorry, I didn't write it. A lot of people don't understand things, you know, and that's why they say, you know, you hear about God and then they don't see its purpose. It's what God says, is scales on their eyes, right? That they can't see because they're deaf and blind because they choose to be. Like, for example, God says that the blood of the innocent cries out from the soil to him. It says that, like when Cain killed Abel in the field, when God came looking for Cain, he said, hey, Cain, where's your brother? Cain said, I don't know. What am I, my brother's keeper? And he said, no, I'm just asking because your brother, his blood calls to me from the ground. Justice needs to be done. Right? So people don't understand that blood itself has a voice, has an audible sound to God. God's pretty amazing. You guys should check him out. You guys are missing out for real. I was in the engine shop in Naples and just built them, and honestly, I have no idea what they were used for. I was told swamp buggies until I went to another shop and learned what was going on. Ooh, Donald Qatar, that sounds pretty good. Whatever you're talking about. EJ Nix, my dad is a Marine recon electrician, souped up his cars and motorcycles, fought for what was right. Police are a constant LOL in my life. He was something else. He is my hero. Sweet potato, I care hard on. Like, just try it. Sweet potato, please speak the words. My son shall be healed out loud many, many times a day.
They're replacing Carolyn. Monkey's Live, they're replacing Carolyn.
All right. Hey, if you guys, I'm going to get off of here so you guys get on there so I can see it too. I want you guys to go to Monkey83 right now. That's spelled MUNKAY space 83. And go to his channel right now. He's live. They are at Carolyn's house, the Bonds lady. They are replacing her water heater. Giving her a hand. Her water heater blew up. And we're trying to give these wonderful folks a hand. So go check out Monkey83. Yay, Miss Carolyn's getting a new water heater. She's the one that we went over there and cleaned up our house and stuff. You know, the outside a little bit, give her a little bit of a hand. She's our wonderful Bonds lady that comes out to us all the time and takes care of us. We love her. Miss Carolyn is the bomb. And I don't remember the name of her bond company now. Yeah, go to Monkey83's channel right now. Check them out. Give them a little bit of support. Her story's phenomenal. Her daughter's story is unbelievable. Okay, when it comes to fighting for the rights of the disabled, the handicapped. Most of the ADA things that have happened here have happened due to her and her son and her organization. Okay, so guys, go check them out. And I love you guys. Later.